always, we're going to start our meeting with our quote for the week. This week quote comes from our former president, Theodore Roosevelt. What he said was, "Far and away, the best prize that life offers is the chance to work hard at work worth doing." And I can't think of anything more fitting than what we do as far as work worth doing. Agents, we are quickly approaching our busiest time of the year, open enrollment. Our clients' decisions when it comes to OEP is really dictated by the suggestions that you give them, and it's going to take into effect for the entire duration of the year 2020. You play such a crucial role in educating your clients. Just as a doctor helps to save lives, know that what you do with your recommendations for health insurance will pave the way to make that visit to the doctor possible. So your work is extremely important and very worth doing. The next few months will be very busy for you guys. It will be hectic and sometimes frustrating, but hard work that you will have will be completely worth it for you as well as for your client. Welcome again, friends, to Motivational Monday. And as always, just like every week, we're going to review a few tips of the week, and then we're going to have some reward and recognition with our sales shout out. And last but not least, we're going to review our sales topic, how to work OEP enrollment like a boss. So that is our agenda for today. Let's go ahead and start off with our tips for the week. It looks like NatGen Access Fixed Indemnity Plan has a great incentive that is being offered currently. It began July 1st and it's ending December 31st. You do need to have at least 10 applications, access plan applications sold in order to qualify for this particular incentive plan. But what's really nice is that this plan is paying $50, $100, and $150 depending on the plan that you sell. The other really nice thing about this particular this particular incentive is that you do earn incentive on supplemental. So you do earn an extra $20 for every supplemental insurance that you sell. Now, just remember, guaranteed issue business does not qualify for any bonuses. So you do not see that on the list here. And supplement plans, they must have a minimum of 18 monthly premiums in order to qualify. There's another incentive out there from Life Secure with their accident, critical illness, and health recovery program. You can get up to $500 in an Amazon gift card based on the number of policies that you sell. So make sure that you are checking out the AHCP website for all incentives, but these are two pretty good ones that I wanted to make sure that I mentioned to you guys. Now let's take a look at what is selling and who is doing the selling. So for the week of October 19th, it looks like NatGen really led the way when it came to short-term medical policies. For those limited medical benefit plans, it looks like National Guardian Life Insurance really did a good job with their Prime Care plan. And then for accident, critical illness, and dental, Golden Rule pretty much led the way in all three of those. So very strong week for Golden Rule. Now this is my absolute favorite part. This is where we get to recognize our superstars for the week of October 19th. And we have with our short-term medicals, Katia Santamaria, Arthur Walsh, and Jacob Gordon. They led the way in short-term medical sales. Then we have for our limited benefit plans, Katia. She's back on the board again, doing a wonderful job selling those plans. And then we have Lloyd Williams. And then accident plans. Author is also back on the board. And he and Sarah led the way when it came to selling those accident plans. Good job, agents, and congratulations on such a great job in helping your customers and making sure that you are diversifying and packaging different products to help your clients with a comprehensive plan. Now we're going to transition over to our topic for the day, working OEP like a boss. But just like the title, I would assume that you guys are going to think that this conversation is going to be more about sales script, marketing strategies, and call plans. And although over the next 15 minutes or so, we are going to touch on these things, our conversation today is going to be more about being strategic in how we do business with our clients. Working OEP like a boss is about being in control of your sales process and providing that holistic option for every customer every single time. I think that little guy is really cute too. No one can deny that 2020 has proven to be a very unique year, and it really has had its unique challenges, especially when it comes to COVID-19 and the pandemic that we've had to deal with. Everything that we have seen and heard leads us to believe that OEP will be considerably different than those of the past. The impact of COVID has caused everyone to take a closer look at their own safety, their health, and needless to say, their health insurance. For us agents and brokers, that spells opportunity for all of us. Opportunity to educate our clients, opportunity to help our clients, to empower them and provide insurance. And when we do all of those things, it is a win-win for everyone. So how do we actually do this? Where do we start? During OEP, there traditionally is a lot of attention on attracting new clients, and rightfully so. There's a lot of opportunity to grow your business this time of the year, and that's what we want to do, is grow our business. However, it is just as important, if not more important, that you budget time for your existing and former customers too. I just want to remind everybody of that. Believe it or not, I've had so many agents ask me, Lisa, why do you waste your time on your former customers? I mean, they're from the past. Why are you wasting your time with them? The reason is because my former customers know me and they know what I have done for them, just like your former customers know you. Really, in this life, all we have to speak toward our character and the work that we do is our word and our reputation. Your former clients, they know your ethics. They know the empathy that you've shown them, and they know your willingness to work hard for their benefit. Take care of your clients, and I guarantee you, your clients will take care of you. As health premiums increase and provider network shrinks, your current clients and former clients may need more attention this year than they did in the prior year. That's why it's so important that we reach out to them. You can possibly help them save money by moving them to a different plan or a different network, or even just adding some ancillary plans that's going to fill the gaps that their major plans are just not covering. A simple phone call to these clients can help a great deal with adding value to them. And what that translates to you is loyalty. Another great reason why we want to make sure that we're connecting with our existing and former clients is for referrals. If you've provided outstanding service for your clients are going to remember that, and they are going to share that with others. Or better yet, they're going to share the names of relatives and friends with you that you can possibly help. Now, those names that they give you and those referrals that they give you, those leads can open up the door to future sales, not only during OEP, but throughout 2020. So don't forget about, as you are busy working with your new clients, and please build that book of business, make sure that you are looking at your former clients as well as your existing clients, because they need your help as well. We've learned during the last Motivation Monday I did for you guys, we talked about sales stats that will shock you. And one of those sales stats was, try this again, sales stats was, it takes an average of 8 calls to get in touch with a prospect following an initial contact. The second part of that, 82% of buyers say they accept meetings with salespeople after a series of contacts beginning with the cold call. So 82% will do business with you, but it takes a few phone calls in order to meet up with them. So how does that translate? How does all that translate to me and to you as an agent? Well, what that tells me is that you must have a strategic plan with how you contact your clients or your potential clients. You can't just willy-nilly your approach in order to call them and just call as you see the name on the list or however you're getting your leads in. You can't just do that. You really have to have a strategic plan in order to do that. Or I guarantee you, you are going to miss some opportunities and you're going to miss some people that you really should be talking to that need your help. Now, what I have on the screen for you guys now is an example of a 7-day touch plan that you can use. Now, it doesn't have to look like this. Now, typically when I call, I like to make day one my call in the morning, and then I'll do a call in the evening because I'm trying to figure out when is the best time to get in touch with this person. I'll do all the touches. I'll start with leaving the voicemail, with the call, with the email, the text message, and all that good stuff. And then I will tailor it down a little bit as the days go on. It really doesn't matter what your plan looks like. It does not have to look like this. It's just important to make sure that you have some type of cadence to how you contact your customers. The next thing I'm going to talk to you about is checking your tech. What do I mean by that? Right now is a great time of the year to make sure that your technology is up to speed before things get really crazy. There is nothing worse, and I have been there, than trying to complete an application while there's a problem with your computer. It is absolutely awful. Or talking to someone on the phone and they can't hear you or you can't hear them. You can avoid those headaches just by doing a few simple steps right now to make sure the tools of your trade are fully operational. The first thing I'm going to recommend is that you check out your computer. Make sure that it is working properly. Make sure that it is not bogged down with a lot of applications that's causing it to run slow. If you don't know how to do that and you're like me, it's because I don't, I take my computer to a computer doctor and let them tell me what it is that I need to do in order for my computer to work more efficiently. The next thing is to make sure you have your antivirus software up to date. I am so guilty of forgetting to, I get the warnings and then I keep saying, I'm going to do it tomorrow, I'm going to do it tomorrow. But when you don't have your, especially when you're busy during OEP and you're going to a lot of different sites, your firewalls and your antivirus need to be up to speed. Otherwise, you run the risk of getting a virus on your computer. Getting a virus in the midst of OEP can just really ruin your OEP. So you don't want that to happen either. The next thing is your Wi-Fi. Make sure it's at the speed that you need. If you're using your Wi-Fi to make telephone calls as well as on your computer, sometimes you can bog your Wi-Fi down. So one thing that you can do is maybe boost it up for just the next couple of months during OEP so that you don't have any kind of hiccups when it comes to using your Wi-Fi. And the last thing is I want to say is make sure you're not this particular guy, because I've actually been this guy where I am looking at my phone and I'm like, I'm trying to talk to this person and I absolutely can't because my phone isn't working properly. Now is a great time to contact your phone carrier to see if you qualify for an upgrade. There are plenty of upgrade programs that are out there right now that might not even cost you anything. So it's a good time to make sure that to see if you can possibly upgrade your phone so that you can be ready to take all of those wonderful phone calls. The other thing with this is make sure your mailbox is not full. I'm also guilty of this because during the regular year, you have all these calls come in, and before long, your mailbox gets full. Go ahead, look at your mailbox, make sure your mailbox and your emails, all that good stuff is cleaned up. So as new business come in, you aren't missing a thing or you are not missing that phone call. Very, very important. Value-based selling. I'm sure many of you have heard of value-based selling, but I think it's worth mentioning as we go into OEP. Value-based selling is really an approach that focuses on benefiting the customers throughout the sales process. Or really to keep it simple and not use all those words, is it's basically showing your client what's in it for them. Understanding your client values and making sure they get the value that they're looking for is key to your success in OEP. No matter how low your price might be on your policy or whatever bells and whistles you might be offering, if a person don't believe they're getting the value for their money, they will not buy. And remember, what is valuable to one person isn't necessarily valuable to the next person. So that leads me to my first point here is make sure you get your client talking so that you can understand their pains and their desires. A great way to do this, and it's the way that I do it myself, is I like using words when I'm talking to my customers like, tell me, help me understand, explain a little bit more about that. And one of my personal favorites is if you had a magic wand, what will allow you to, what do you think, what would you want your perfect plan to look like? Um, that one right there, I really, really like to use because people really open up when you say, if you have this magic wand that would allow you to get the perfect plan, what would that plan look like? They just go on and on and on. It's also a great way when someone is giving you objections on talking to you, just simply give them, just ask them a question. If they come back and they say to you, I already got everything taken care of. Great. So how is that plan working out for you? Tell me, did you go with an ACA plan? And get them talking. And before long, you can find out a little bit more or find out if they actually are in the best plan that they can be in. Sales are won by grams, not by pounds. What does Lisa mean by this? Well, what I mean is when dealing with clients, little things are vital. Attention to detail is critical, and everything you say and do increases or reduces their perceived value of what you can offer. If a client or a customer briefly mentions to you that they had a parent or a sibling who either died or had cancer that was very tragic in their life, that is a pain and a possible fear. And that conversation just might happen just by chance, not because you're asking any particular question. It just might pop up. In that case, that's a nugget for you. You want to take that nugget, put it in your pocket, and hold on to it into your proposal. Because during your proposal, in this case, along with your major med plan, you're going to offer that customer a critical illness coverage because they will see value in having that coverage based on the pains that they've received in their life. All you really have to do is listen for these clues because The truth is customers aren't going to come right out and explain what they want because a lot of times they don't know how to explain it. So you have to ask a lot of questions, get them to talk, make sure that you are talking less than them so that you can get a better understanding of what their needs are. The next thing is don't sell what it is, sell what it do. So what I mean by that is that and I actually got this from a very, very successful agent that actually broker who has tons of people under him and have been very successful in his career. And what he has told me, he said to me, he said, Lisa, what is very important is for you not to bog your customers down with technical jargon or details. They really don't want to hear all of that. It only confuses them. Instead, explain how the plan works. Explain the most important features when it comes to that plan. And what are the most important features? What are your clients caring about? They're caring about those doctor visits. They're caring about hospital stays and surgeries, emergency room visits and urgent care. They're caring about their testing and their wellness appointments and prescription and network. Those are the things that you need to be talking to your clients about, and you need to be talking to them in a way that they understand, not with all the technical jargon. People determine value by comparison, so give it to them. Customers usually compare proposals with competitors. We all know this. We talk to them, they say, let me talk to somebody else and go back and forth. Two ways to win the comparison game is first, just eliminate the competitor, in my opinion. Make sure your client knows that you are a one-stop shop. You can shop all of the major carriers and customize a plan to meet their individual needs. Second, email that proposal to them. That will serve as a written confirmation of what your plan will do for them. Next, sell the most value for your clients' dollars. Now, that pretty much is self-explanatory. But the thing is you have to ask your client what their budget is. So many agents are so afraid to ask, how much is it that you want to pay for this plan? What is your budget? If you don't know that, you're just throwing stuff out there and you're setting yourself up for failure. One question you have to ask your client is, what does your budget look like for this? Because I want to make sure that I'm staying within the parameters of what you're looking for. And finally, the biggest advantage is really you, your company, the companies that you deal with, i.e. the carriers, and your solution. So the biggest advantage, you guys, is really you. People buy relationships before they buy things, and they trust people before they trust the products. The cornerstone of value selling is trust. The more people trust you, the more value they perceive and the more value they receive. That will do it for Motivational Monday today. I hope you guys found this information extremely helpful and you're ready for OEP and to work it like a boss. As always, if you have any questions or if you need to reach us, if you need help with scripting or emails or anything, our training team is there for you. All you need to do is go to training at ahcpsales.com, or you can call the toll-free number that is listed on the screen and we'll be more than happy to help you. God bless all of you. Stay safe out there and have a wonderful, wonderful OEP. Thank you for joining me today.